Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I welcome you all to your social studies class. Today we are going to start our second chapter, which is making of Pakistan, and the first topic which we'll cover it is Lahore Resolution. Now, as we discussed it in our previous lecture, that before 1940, or I can say that up till 1930, before 1940 and up till 1930, the Muslims of the subcontinent, they were ready to live in the united India, provided their political and religious rights. But the publication of the Nehru Report and the ministries of the Congress, and after these ministries of the Congress, the Muslims were convinced that it is not possible for them to live in united India with the Hindus. So the safeguard of the national identity of the Muslims and presented their line of action in the form of a resolution of 23rd of March 1940, which comes to known as the Lahore Resolution. Lahore Resolution was passed on 23rd March 1940 in the annual session of All India Muslim League at Minto Park, Lahore. It is a very famous and important day in the history of the Pakistan. Quaid-e-Azam gave it the name of Pakistan Resolution afterwards. Okay, the presidential address of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. In his presidential address, Quaid-e-Azam said that the problem of the subcontinent is not of a sectarian nature, but of an international nature. Okay. What were the objectives of the Lahore Resolution? The main objective of the Lahore Resolution was the rejection of the united India. Now, the Muslim wanted to have a separate state for them, so where their political, their religious, their economical rights can be safeguarded. The draft of the Lahore Resolution. The Lahore Resolution was drafted by Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah with the help of Maulana Zafar Ali Khan. Okay, what were the demands? So the demand was very clear that the Muslim wanted to have a new state for them, and they rejected the concept of the united India. And then Punjab, NWFP, which is now KP, Sindh and Balochistan in the northwest, and Bengal and Assam in the northeast. It should be the destiny of the Muslims. Okay, so what was the reaction of the Muslim, the Hindus, Gandhi and Hindu press? Okay, the reaction of the Lahore Resolution, it was a mixed reaction from the political parties and the groups, the Muslims. It infused a high spirits among the Muslims who were now determined to fight the last and for the accomplishment of Pakistan. The reaction of the Hindus was very hostile, and the Gandhi called it a moral wrong and a sin to which he could never be a part. Then reaction of Hindu press. The Hindu press declared that the resolution was a conspiracy and gave it the name of Pakistan Resolution sarcastically, which was adopted later on by Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Okay, what is the importance of Lahore Resolution? First thing, identification of the destination. This resolution is the landmark in the history of the Muslim India, because the resolution identified a destination for the Muslim of subcontinent, and achievement of Pakistan became their goal. And then it created unity among the Muslims. It was the common objective of the Muslims to achieve Pakistan. Then Lahore Resolution, it gave a very crystal clear idea to the people that Muslim League is the sole representative of the Muslims, and strengthening of the two-nation theory. Of course, the acceptance of Pakistan Resolution strengthened the two-nation theory that Hindus and Muslims are two two totally different nations, and they cannot live together. The popularity of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. After the passing of Lahore Resolution, the popularity of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah increased, and soon he appeared on the political horizon as the only leader of the Muslims of subcontinent. Now this is Lahore Resolution. Let's discuss Cripps Mission. Okay, Cripps Mission, which is also very important. The background of the Cripps Mission is the British had to face some military setback during the early years of the World War II. And the Japanese forces, who were also fighting by the side of the Germans, were conquering Southeast Asia with such ease that it appeared that they might easily overrun India. So now, the government was unable to cope with the war requirement without the help of the Indians. So Sir Stafford Cripps, he was sent to India by the Prime Minister of the Britain, Sir Winston Churchill. So there should be a possibility of the compromise with the Indian political parties. So Cripps Mission reached on 23rd March 1942. It reached on 23rd March 1942. When they came to India, they had an objective. The main objective was to gain the support of the Indians and the political parties to help the government in the war. Now, they suggested some points, they suggested some proposals to the political parties after they met them. On 30th March 1942, Sir Cripps put forward his own recommendations. The first one was establishment of the Constituent Assembly. According to this Cripps Mission, the members of the Constituent Assembly, consisting of Indian representatives, shall be formed at the termination of the war that would formulate the Constitution of India. So the first thing was that yes, the Constituent Assembly will be established, but after the war. Now, members of the Constituent Assembly, they will be selected by the members of the Provincial Assembly, okay? And then a representation will be given to the princely states too. Their representatives will also be in the assembly. And then implementation of the Constitution. The British government said that they will be responsible for the implementation of the Constitution. The dominion status to India, this one. Now, they said that the Union of the India will be given dominion status. This implied complete internal independence within the framework of British Commonwealth. This was the point, that they will be given the independence within the state, within the framework of the British Commonwealth. The next thing is provincial autonomy. Now the provinces will be given a right to opt out of the proposed Indian Union or retain their present status and join the federation under the new constitution at a later stage. Avoiding constitutional development. No amendments were to be made to the present constitution during the war. There will be no amendment in the constitution during the war. And then the responsibility of the defense matters. The British government will be responsible for the defense matters. Amendments in the plan not allowed. Now what is this? Any proposal regarding amendments in the plan shall not be entertained. The plan shall have to be accepted or rejected. And then the right of the Muslim League and Congress. The implementations will be implemented, but the condition will be that the both Muslim League and Congress accept them unanimously. This was the condition, and this was the last the suggestion, or you can say the proposal by Sir Stafford Cripps. Now, what was the reaction of Congress and Muslim League to these points. Congress. Congress rejected Cripps mission. And why? And because Gandhi said, a post-dated check on a failing bank. This was the statement of the Gandhi. So that's why Congress rejected it. Because they demanded the immediate and full control over the central government of India. Why Muslim League? Like, what was the reaction of the Muslim League? Muslim League also rejected the Cripps mission. And why? On the ground that it did not concede Pakistan. So, the result of the Cripps mission was very clear at that time, that the mission was a complete failure because it was rejected by both Congress and Muslim League. A third topic is CR formula and Gandhi Jinnah talks 1944. CR stands for the constitution reforms. This formula was presented by Raj Gopal Acharya for the division of subcontinent. It is called CR formula. Now this CR formula, during the World War II, Congress tried to withdraw of the British government and transfer the power to the Congress. At that time, Congress was ignoring Muslim League. Now, Muslim League was organized under the leadership of Quaid-e-Azam, and they made it clear to the British government that the feelings of the 8 crore Muslims cannot be ignored. In such situation, Congress leader, one of the Congress leader of the Madras, Chakravarti Raj Gopal Acharya, he tried to bring togetherness between both of these parties, because he was very much clear that it won't be possible for the Congress. They could not make it any agreement without the cooperation of the Muslims. So, Gopal Acharya put up a resolution to the Madras Assembly known as CR formula. Now, the important points of this CR formula, that number one was, Muslim League will confirm the demand of India and will cooperate with Congress in the formation of interim government. Second was, after the war, a commission will determine the Muslim majority districts in north, west and northeast. In these areas, separation from India will be decided through referendum, and the majority decides for separation. If the majority decides for separation, then this will be imposed without any prejudice. The third point was that in case of the separation, a mutual agreement will be made between these two parties regarding defense, commerce, communication and other important matters. Now, what was the reaction of Congress on CR formula? Actually, Congress rejected CR formula with the majority. Attacks were made on, personal attacks were made on Acharya. He resigned from the Congress and Assembly with great protest over this attitude. Quaid-e-Azam reaction, he indicated certain ideas that he indicated certain ideas of the CR formula, or the points of the CR formula, that these are, there is a doubtfulness in these points. And the next thing is, if Acharya is ready to accept Pakistan, then why he is reluctant to accept Lahore resolution? Now, what is the importance of CR formula? As I told you that Congress was also against it, Quaid-e-Azam also showed his concern, and he highlighted some of the doubtful points of this CR formula. In fact, in spite of all the flaws in the CR formula, but it was for the very first time that one of the Congress leader, he talked about the separation of subcontinent or United India. So then Gandhi Jinnah talks in September 1944. In the light of the CR formula, talks were held between Quaid-e-Azam and Gandhi in September 1944 at the Quaid-e-Azam residence. And then, addition to these to the meetings, 21 letters were also exchanged between these two leaders. What were the objectives and important points of Gandhiji talks? In fact, during these conversations, Gandhi insisted the withdrawal of the third power from the India, from the subcontinent, and the mutual differences will be solved later on between these two nations. But Quaid-e-Azam made it clear that first the British government should resolve the problems between these two parties or these two nations, and then they can leave India. So the conclusion is that these negotiations ended unsuccessfully due to the different viewpoints of both of the Gandhi and Quaid-e-Azam. But due to these talks, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah removed many doubts regarding Pakistan. Now our next topic is Shimla Conference, 1945. Sir Stafford Cripps was sent back in 1942. His proposal was also not accepted by Congress and Muslim League. Gandhi Jinnah talks result was also a failure. And then what next happened? That when the war ended, Lord Wavell convened a conference of Indian political leaders at Shimla on 24 June 1945. Now, the representation of Hindu-Muslim proportion. In fact, Lord Wavell wanted to bring a solution for the existing problems, the political problems of that time. And he wanted to bring a mutual agreement between these two parties. And so they can solve the constitutional problems of the Indo-Pak. So what happened that there came severe differences between Congress and Muslim League regarding representation of the Hindu-Muslim proportion and nomination of representation of other seats. Nomination of the Muslim representation. Muslim League was clear that all the 5 Muslim representatives will be nominated by Muslim League, because Muslim League is the sole representative party of the Muslims in subcontinent. But Congress was not agreed to this thing. And Unionist Party. Now what happened that Khizr Hayat Tiwana, leader of the Unionist Party of Punjab, opposed Quaid-e-Azam for single seat that he will nominate Muslim representatives. Viceroy asked for the list of the representative from both the parties, but Quaid-e-Azam refused it and said that the first thing is, he said that Muslim League will nominate Muslim representative. Congress cannot nominate the representatives of the Muslims. So it was impossible for the Viceroy to act upon the proposal of temporary agreement of government without the cooperation of the Muslim League. So the Viceroy admitted, it was the conclusion that Viceroy admitted that the failure of the conference, and declared it that he failed to bring an agreement between the two different parties of India. Shimla Conference was unsuccessful. However, it was decided that elections will be held to know the party representative positions.